Hi, my name is Zitha Macheke, a boy from Soweto township called Midlands. Basically, that's where it all began in the fire with my parents. Actually, my father is the one who made me love the game of football because mostly on weekends he would walk me to the grounds by Midlands Zone 4 where he used to play football also. So that's where the love of football, I think it began, me going with him to the fields. Then I grew up probably at the age of 7. That's where I would say I started my career playing for a team called Midlands Hotspurs. By then, our coach was someone Goveni. He was the one who actually played also a big role because after that he was playing for Morocco Swallows by then. And then I think from there the love of football grew. And then I went to school. I went to primary in Rishile, then I went to Lamola. And then I think that's where the whole career started to blossom because after that, Atazwani promoted me to actually discovered me. And then I went to the Kaiser Chiefs development. And then, yeah, I think that way it all began development under 19, promoted to the senior team. And then about my first professional contract, it happened in 2014, 15 season where I was promoted to the senior team, the Kaiser Chiefs senior team. I think it was the great moment for me because I think it's every footballer's dream to get a professional contract. And then I think I was fortunate enough to get a professional contract in a big setup like Kaiser Chiefs. Even though in that season I didn't play, but I think I learned a lot from the guys. I was not actually competing, but the people I was learning from, the likes of Morgan, Tawa, Marsha. I think that's the group that won the championship in that season. So I really learned a lot from them in that season. As a player, I think I want to achieve mostly for the team I'm currently at, which is Bidvest, get probably silverware, try to get silverware, contribute to the team, and then mostly obviously it's everyone's team to represent the national team in the senior team because in the development or the junior levels I've done that, but then now I feel it's time to represent it on the senior level. So that's basically my short-term goals. Then probably go overseas if possible because Hotman Shaba went to take at the age of 35, so it's possible. You can never dispute that because you can never know what's going to happen in the game of football. My favorite player is Letsholonyane. Let me share a story about the guy because I was friends with Tsidiso, his younger brother. I think Renelo made me realize that the dream is possible. It's possible. You know, when you're from Kasi and then you see Yeye on TV, blah blah blah. Fortunate for you, you tend to rub shoulders with him. They take you to his crib where you see soccer jerseys of the likes of Kerrick on the wall. I think you get inspired, and if the guy from your own Kasi can be able to achieve such things, I think it gives you a push in a way that you feel like it's possible. So I think he really played a very important part in my career because I always look up to him in terms of his discipline, his hardworking, his humble. So it's basically a guy that you're a phone call away. When you're down, you can call him. So even now, I think I still look up to him, and he's still helping me with my career. When times are good or bad, he motivates me. So I think he plays a very big role in my career. From the current team I'm learning a lot. I think I'm one of the fortunate youngsters because now I'm surrounded by a bunch of quality players, international players, so to say, in my team. The likes of Tyson, Boucher, national team players. There's Chopper, even our goalkeepers, Ricardo and Brendan. And unfortunately, I'm the only one left. But yeah, So it's really motivating for me because I think I learn from the people who have played in the highest level of football in this country. So for you to be part of that group, it means there's progress, there's something you're doing, and it's not mostly about competition, but then sometimes you learn. I remember the other time, there was a time I asked Skipper, how do you always win aerial balls? Because I think that's his strength, winning balls. And then he gave me a few tips and all that. So in some instances, you don't really need to compete, but admire and learn from people who have went through this road because they have been in the games, the likes of Tyson, Buffets and Choppers. So I think I'm one of the fortunate and I'm really learning from them. I have eight, these wingers, they are cheeky wingers. There's a lot of cheeky wingers you can get in this league. But I don't want to mention names because they'll be coming for me. But I think, to be honest, a guy like Kamapiliat is the one who is always a nightmare for you because he's quite tricky on the ball, of the ball movements, comes short, he spins, he gets the ball in the channel. His first touch is always on point, so you must always be on toes. I think Kama is a great player. The quality in that player is because he has a lot of dynamics. He can dribble, the speed, the quick movement. So he's quite a tricky player. In these difficult times, we're trying to, in a team, we do the Zoom sessions where try to do some things in the team. Obviously, they send us programs where every day or most of the days in the week where we train alone. But then in most cases, it's the Zoom session and as a team where we try to keep fit. We do whatever the coaches and the physical trainers think we need at this point in time. But then we're keeping fit indoors and training, even though it's a bit frustrating, but at the end of the day, we need to try pushing because when the league starts, we need to be ready and on our toes to work. My message to the fans and South African football lovers is that I think let's try to adhere to the lockdown rules. Whatever the president is saying to us, stay indoors, save our masks, go out when necessary for the essentials and all that. I think if we continue doing that, this coronavirus will definitely leave and we'll get back to our normal lives. But then the longer we prolong it by not doing what it's required, that's the more it's going to drag and our life will be on hold as it is now. But then if we continue doing whatever we need to do, now we're on level 4, it means there's progress. We go to 3, 2, 1 and then back to our normal life. So let's stay focused and do what is needed and eventually this too shall pass. Thank you.